Hi everybody, it's Jim Wanzeck with RE/MAX Masters Millennium, and today we're here at our headquarters at 6020 Greenwood Plaza Boulevard in Greenwood Village, Colorado. I'm really excited because we're in our newest addition to what we would call opportunities for our agents, and this is in Mount Elbert Studio. Pretty neat setup, and we're here today with Matt Mansfield. Hi Matt, how you doing?
Good morning, Jim. I'm doing great.
Thank you for being here. I want you to know that Matt has only been with us for a year. It seems like a longer time because of the year that we've had, but he's been in the business for a long time, 28 years. He's also been in the mortgage business. And Matt, I just want to ask you first tell me about Matt the person.
Well, I was raised here in Denver, and got my real estate license when I was 20 years old. And so I decided I wanted to get into something where I could work with people and problem solve at a young age. I really enjoy that.
Right.
And my dad was in real estate as well, so I always enjoyed that, watching him. And so so I thought that'd be a good way to make a living. So I went to college, and I at the same time was selling homes.
Okay, good.
And but I enjoy the outdoors. I love cycling. Any type of activities in the mountains, I'm enjoying those. Fishing.
Okay.
But mostly, doing things with my clients and with my friends. So a lot of social clubs that I'm in. And, a lot of golf.
Okay.
Golf.
Yeah, you're a big golfer?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice to do in Colorado because you can golf almost all year round, can't you?
Yeah, lately, especially with the indoor golfing we have now.
That's really cool. So, what part of the city do you live in? Tell us a little bit about that part.
I actually live near here, over off of Bellevue and I-25.
Okay.
In Hutchinson Hills area there.
Oh, very nice neighborhood.
And I've been there for about 17 years now.
Okay.
But I've lived on this side of town for about 30 years, but I was raised in Arvada.
Okay, because I knew that you worked in an Arvada office in the past, and so you know that area very well. And now we know Denver very well. What do you like to specialize as far as real estate is concerned? I'm just kind of a general practitioner, and as things come, and I deal with what. But tell us about your goals.
I think I'm very similar to you, and that when I met with you, our personalities were similar, and I'm like that. I like to help people and problem solve. So any needs that my clients have, whether it's a commercial leasing or a purchase, mostly residential sales. I'm very good with listings and getting top price for my listings, and with buyers. I seem to be in this market negotiating it pretty well as far as getting offers accepted quickly.
Yes.
Even with multiple offers.
Good, because that is really the key, because I get a lot of people complaining there's not enough inventory in today's world, but it seems like our office does handle those and are winning the opportunity for our clients, which is really awesome.
It certainly is, and I've learned a lot here from our meetings that you have on Wednesday, and also with meeting with some of my friends that I made in groups.
Okay.
And getting what I found with making offers is finding some kind of a connection with, if possible, with the seller. Finding out something from the listing agent about the seller, their motivations for moving, and hopefully finding something that matches in with my buyers.
Right. And we're kind of old school, so are you like you're going to talk to the agent instead of this texting type of thing, or sending an agent just out of the blue and they get an offer? I mean, to me, that doesn't work very well.
I completely agree, and what I typically do is I'll call the agent before I show the house, and just have a conversation about, do you have offers on the table, and what are the seller's needs. And I think that also is a big thing of getting the offer accepted, is talking with the agent about what really does the seller want. What time frame do they want?
Right.
What's important to them in an offer.
I think that's very special, but I also think that with your mortgage background, you bring a special opportunity to your clients too.
Oh, yes. As far as that goes, I'm able to help them if they have their own lender. And then sometimes I've gotten them out of a bad lender situation over to a good lender quickly before we got too far down the purchase.
Right.
And just giving them advice on how the process goes, and explaining that to them thoroughly as I'm showing them homes, and giving them expectations in the lending side as well.
Okay, well, I understand that. But you've also managed in your career a lot of agents also. So I think that because of the volume of the opportunities that people have brought you questions, really, I think, I know, gives you a special insight too.
I tell you what, it really does. And when I was in the mortgage business from about 99 to 2009, I managed a lot of people. And with they were coming to me with a lot of problems to solve for their clients. And so, yeah, going back to why I originally got into real estate also helped me. What I found in the mortgage business was just give me the scenario, and I know I can find a solution for it.
Right, right. Well, I really appreciate that. And I also think that, Masters has a lot of people that really are working together to help each other get inside deals or listings that don't go on the market or because I always tell people that our buyers are willing to pay just as high a price as any other co-oping broker out there. So, we really have a special situation with the way we work as far as, togetherness.
Oh, absolutely, and being able to share our listings as they're coming on the market, right, with our fellow agents quickly, and hopefully getting to work with an agent within the office. And I think that when I go into a listing appointment, or even working with buyers as well, that gives them more confidence in me that I'm going to have this network of other top agents,
right?
To be able to share what I need as far as a listing or what I need as far as a buyer goes, or if I have a problem that I need to solve.
Cool. That really sounds great. Well, how would you describe dealing with solving the problems with the type of buyer that you would like to see? I know that you've got a great sphere, but is it any area that you really like to specialize? I know you've got listings down, or you've got a lot of those things, but maybe expand a little bit on do you do farming or what is in your arena that makes you love our business as much as you do?
Well, I tell you what, it's really changed over the years. As I've been in the business longer, I've been able to modify my business plan. Mm-hmm. So going from trying to constantly find new business to modifying it to nurturing my clients and my friends, and now thankfully after 28 years, I do get a lot of business from my sphere, mm-hmm. and that is getting to where that's sustaining my business flow pretty well.
Right.
I'm also starting a geographic farm with one of the other agents in the office.
Okay.
And we've got some really exciting ideas that we're going to be different than what you typically are getting every month in the mail from agents.
That's one thing that I've seen over the 40 years that I've been in the business is that it's a constant change. And when the agents really understand change and they really become the trusted advisor for our client today, because the data is out there and there's so much data that they just have to wade through so much. And with your background, it really be able to be succinct and then explain things well to them. So I really appreciate that. And, that's really an important process.
I think it is in simplifying everything for them, because they're watching the news and hearing from their friends horror stories of
Right.
buying or selling. And when I can sit down and talk with them for half an hour and explain to them that that's really not what it's like, especially when you work with a good agent. And mm-hmm. I tell them I'm going to just kind of blanket you with my care and protect you through the whole process. The client is absolutely the number one thing for me.
Yes.
In protecting them.
Well, and I think that just knowing that you're dealing a lot with your past clients and nurturing them in a way always brings more business, and I think that's really important today to deal with that, because people have lots of choices. They probably know 10 realtors, and they could use anyone they want, mm-hmm. but the cut above, like yourself, really makes a big difference.
I'm very fortunate, and for example, I have some clients that I closed on a purchase yesterday. They moved here from Indiana. Mm-hmm. They're starting a business here with some friends that I also sold their friends a home, and then they referred these folks to me. And so we closed yesterday, and they had not seen the house until yesterday. So we had been doing FaceTime viewings of all the properties that I was showing them. I would also do a video while I was driving through
Right.
the neighborhood,
Okay.
so that they could see the neighborhood itself.
Right.
Although we probably have technology with Google Maps and whatnot to do that, but just to present that to them.
Yeah.
So anyway, they saw the house yesterday for the first time at the walkthrough, and they just were absolutely thrilled. And they told me yesterday, Matt, we had friends that were realtors in Indiana. They were really pushing us to use friends of theirs in Colorado, and we told them, we're going to go with Matt because he was referred to us by people that he had worked with.
You know, that brings me to like the COVID issue that we've had for the past year, that, you know, we've had to be able to be on the cutting edge of technology to let people see products without having to be here. So that's really a great story that has dealt. Any other experiences that with the COVID that could bring to mind that you want to tell me about?
Well, you know, it's I've been very blessed that it's been fairly smooth and for me through this the COVID, except for the couple months that we couldn't show any homes.
Right.
But no, I think I've adjusted. My clients have adapted to the way we have to look at homes with single showings at a time. And when a house comes on the market, if it fits my client's needs and I know when my client is available, I'll set the showing immediately in and then make sure that we've got that showing set and ready to show them.
Right.
So I think probably navigating the way we look at properties has been a big challenge through the COVID. You
Right.
know, and just being able to get a showing in and you know, besides the showing issues, I think that's been for me the biggest problem is just getting into homes.
You know, that's what I think is that adapting to the marketplace. It's an ever-changing marketplace, and we know that first. And sometimes the experience level that you bring is really a major difference. Because I tell people all the time that realtors are not created equal, and you're one of those at the top of the heap. And so, if someone would want to get a hold of you, how would we do that?
Well, my cell phone number, which I've had for 18 years, or 28 years, I guess I got in the business before we had cell phones, I should say.
Okay.
But so since cell phones have been around, it's been 303-725-8484.
Well, it's sure been a pleasure to talk to you today, Matt.
Thank you, Jim.
Yes.
Really appreciate you as well.
Well, my pleasure, and this has been really enjoyable to get to know Matt a little bit, and so thanks very much for listening, and we'll see you the next time.